The topic is about you right now.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the reason why I do that. Now, I want to explain myself. The reason why I do that is because I've had real business circumstances with business professionals from other countries and things like that. And to them, to some countries, it's rude to just come in just firing off. You know what I mean? Like the first 5 minutes is supposed to be getting to know each other, random talk, casual conversation to get everybody comfortable enough to talk. I'm just saying, that's why I do it. I think it's a great practice to have. But if you want to get into it, we can get into it.
I just want to get straight to it because I'm interviewing you. So I'm just saying, this is my world. I don't care what's going on in the other world. This is the real world. So I want to top in your mind because I pretty much, we going to add up to who Realla is and what Realla do and what I'm here for. I've been here for a while for the town. So
no doubt.
We trying to get people to know who you are.
No doubt. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for having me on your show.
All right. Topic number one is I'm saying who your favorite female artist underground. That'd be cool to know. If you don't have none, we could dip off.
Well, I'll keep these answers as honest and as real as I can for Realla. And I don't know a lot of female underground artists in Kansas City, but I do know a couple. So I'll just say I like an artist named Joy B.
Joy Ping?
Joy B.
Joy B?
Joy B. And I like an artist, a female artist named Tahira.
Okay, I never heard of them. Now I heard of them. Maybe I'll bump them or listen to them one day. So you got two. So
yeah,
that's cool. I'm ready to turn it all the way up. Number 5, any male local artist that you like. It don't matter, it could be anywhere. It ain't got to be Kansas City yet.
I mean, in regards to underground, I really don't know. That's just the truth. And in regards to moving on to the next question, top male 5 underground artists. Well, I'm going to start by saying all the artists that are on TME.
Okay. That's all you got?
And underground, and if you're talking about local, and that's another thing. Once again, I was away for a number of years, and when you're away for a number of years, a whole generation pops up. And so,
right.
I just got to, I just have to spend time getting to know more local artists and things like that are considered underground. But the only real male artists underground I know of that I think currently are top, as I said, you got Royce J, Red Dot, Desmond Cartel, you got Marley, he's good. Young Boss, he's good. I mean, that's what I got.
Okay, that's cool. So we can skip all the rapping, man. Let's get to 4. So this is number 4. What neighborhood are you from and what it was like growing up? Now we get to know who you are right here.
Perfect. What age?
What neighborhood you from and what it's like growing up. So whatever age you start clicking in, most likely you be what, about 12, 13? I'll give it around 12 or 13. I jump off the porch at the age 11. Wallahi, now you know a little about me. So I'm asking, like, what part of the world, what time frame with you growing up from the hood of Kansas City neighborhoods where you come from?
I grew up in Lee Summit when I was 12 and 13. I grew up in Lee Summit until I was 17. Yeah. After I went to Lee Summit, then I went to college in St. Joe on a football scholarship, Missouri Western. And then after I got exported from there, that's when my music career started in Kansas City. and,
Right.
so,
That's not.
and so I've spent the last 28 years in Kansas City. You know, gone for a while in Los Angeles and in New York, whatever else. But when you talk about specifically growing up at 12 and 13, at least I'm at, well, at the time, youngest of two boys raised by a single mother at the time, you know, so it was that life. It was that, you know what I mean? Bologna sandwiches, barefoot running, lots of fist fights, like.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So man, you know that. Oh man, we got a lot of questions. You know, so growing up, since we up and growing up, man, the fish fighting thing, it seemed like that's a part of your life. One of the part of your things, the fighting. Like how you get into all the fighting.
Yeah, so the fighting, like I said, I was the youngest of two boys.
Mm-hmm.
And I was 4 years younger. And I was always bigger than my older brother.
Right.
So then I got my ass whooped every single day of my life.
Man.
But, you know, by my brother and all his friends, until I learned how to do two things. One, run really fast, and two, fight really hard. And that was it. And so, you know, then I ran track, played football, and fought. Yeah.
Right.
And then, you know, watched a lot of, back then, I mean, honestly, I can remember watching Marvelous Marvin Hagler fight Sugar Ray Leonard. Or was it Hearns? One or the other. But, you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I always had to know how to fight, that's for sure.
Right, so that's what's up. Okay, let's go get to the other question. We probably bring back some more fight stories. Okay, number 5.
Hold up. Let me mention Envy. Envy, I didn't forget you on purpose. Envy's a really talented underground male artist. I just seen him pop up there.
Okay. Yeah, Envy, he's a problem. I can't wait to do an interview with him. He's supposed to actually have a sit-down interview, but I'm gonna get at him. Okay, man. What you feel about the music scene in Kansas City, Missouri? Knowing you, you know, you involved in it. You know, one of the dopest R&B singers I heard out here so far.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate the compliment. My thoughts on the Kansas City music scene is there isn't enough Kansas City music scene. And that's about as real as I can get it. When I first started singing R&B, it was 1996. When I first started singing R&B, it was under a different name. And performing live was what we did, like every place we went. And that was when, you know, back when battle rap was really big in the late 90s, and you know what I mean? And 18th and Vine had several locations. Mardi Gras was a place that they'd battle at. I mean, you know, from all the way from 18th and Vine all the way to Grandview. We were doing all that. You know what I mean? And there was just lots of venues. And then, you know, a couple...
In the 90s was taking place.
Oh, wait. Hold on. See, that's what I'm saying, real deal. My memory, man. Another underground KC rapper, Prodigal Son.
Prodigal Son, he sound familiar.
Prodigal Son is one of the dopest lyricists that I know from Kansas City for sure. He used to go by LEL, but Prodigal Son, yeah. But anyway, go ahead. Sorry, we were talking about the KC music scene and
said y'all was like 18 environment out of battle rap and hip hop. See, I don't know what was going on in the like them type part of the 90s, like over there in 18 environment and all that.
Well, that's
see, I'm
where
from the 30, so I'm from the real. You know, I don't know nothing about all down all over there. So, but when you explained that and said something growing up in that era, I was like, damn, all that was taking place, battle raps and all that.
Yeah, that's when
that's dope.
That's when 18th and Vine was really popping. They had Meet Me in the Middle was down there. That's how I met, Sean Edwards for the first time. He was freelance writing for Double XL at the time. I was with South 71 Degrees at the time, Ruff and all them. Big Game James, Blue, Roach, and all them guys. Yeah, man, the 90s were cool.
Somebody said I was there. I don't remember him. I don't know.
Yeah. I used to go by the name Omay. I've always been a singer. So.
Okay. Mm-hmm. You said you went by. Did you go by a different name, or you always been Jesse Pringle?
No, I went by a different name. I went by the name Omay for 16 years. I went by the name Omay, O-M-E, Omay. And the first record I cut was at Icy Rock Studio on Snug Brim's first album, Pieces of the Puzzle. R.I.P. Rich Halliwell for being the executive producer and the one that hired me to come in and do my thing. That's where I met Big Ham, and that's where me and Tech first worked together on Snug Brim's song. It's called Seven Sins. And you can still hear that on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. That's why I like, now we bringing up some history that people don't know. Like, damn, Jesse been around for a long round, man. So now we bringing up some dope stuff right there.
Yep. Seven Sins. It was Tech 9 and me and Dove Dog and Snug. So.
That's dope right there. Okay, number 6, your favorite car, man.
So my favorite car, I like the 1950s Chevys.
Mm-hmm.
So I like the real big body Chevys from the 50s, the early 50s. You got the big front end and the sloped back end, and people are making.
Car like Christina?
What do you say?
A car like Christina?
No, I think that was a Cadillac.
Yeah, that was a Cadillac, man. My uncle had something like that and died in one drag racing, man.
Yeah, that's a Cadillac. But no, like the early 50s Chevys I like, real big body, real big interior, luxurious looking, but still kind of muscle. I like a 56 Chevy, 2-door hard top, half tubbed out in the back, big block under the hood, like
trying to smash the world, man.
I mean, man. I like hot rods. I like American muscle cars. That's why in almost every single one of my videos, I've got some type of American
muscle car there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up. I'm a muscle head myself. Yeah, but number 7, man, what's your favorite dress code? Like, what's your style of dressing, bro?
Although I like dressing up in, handmade suits, and I like I like doing shows and costumes sometimes and all that shit. But Every day, I'm definitely a t-shirt and jeans type guy.
Straight old Kansas City plain dress. So now you said you dressed in costumes. What you mean? Custom suits, costumes? What type of? What you mean? You mean costumes?
Well, I'm a performer and I'm on stage, and so I'm there to put on a show.
Right.
And you know, if that show requires for me to be creative with my costume, with the background, and with what everybody else is wearing and what's going on, that's where I'm at with it.
Right.
That's where I'm at with it. I'm trying to put on a stage play up here.
Right. Right. I understand, man. Okay, man. This is about to get doper, man. Okay, number 8. What music you prefer? Hardcore gangster rap or conscious rap? Since you're an R&B singer, or do you like gospel or singing whatever settler type music?
Well, now you at first you asked it was between gangster rap.
Yeah, and I put R&B in there for you just to put it in there because I know you said.
No, let's start with you prefer gangster rap or conscious rap?
Right.
Gangster rap.
Gangster rap. What made you choose gangster rap?
So like when I'm working out, it's usually somebody like Ace Hood or Lil Kiki. Somebody like that.
Oh, okay. Ace Hood, Lil Kiki.
OT Genesis. Yo Gotti's got a couple tracks. You know, I like to listen to motivational music when I work out. So.
Right. So yeah, that's
R&B or gospel. I'll always listen to that for sure.
right. That's why I said, that's why I put the R&B in there. Like, you probably like, nah, I ain't into all that rap. I like a little slow music or there and there. But, you know, you say you with the gangster movement.
I mean, you know, I've been listening to, like earlier today, I ran 3 miles and I was listening to Pink Floyd the whole time.
Pink Floyd, I don't know who that is.
Well, you got to get up on Pink Floyd.
I'm going to get up on them now since you update me up on them. I'm going to peep them out, try to see. I'll be trying to listen to everything, see what's cracking. Yeah, man. A lot of people run away from conscious reality rap, but, you know, I'm going to let that be.
No, I don't have a problem with conscious reality rap. I think there needs to be more of it, but I just think that some of the structure or style of the conscious reality rap that comes out is kind of, you know, outdated or misplaced. Like, you know, it's like with me. All right, well, I've been doing it 24 years, but if there's a new song structure that's more prominent on the radio or something like that than an old song structure, let's take, for instance, if nobody's writing 16-bar verses anymore and everybody's writing 10-bar verses, then I need to start learning how to write 10-bar verses instead of 16s because I'm still writing 16s.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? Like, so I think, you know, because I think conscious rappers, probably some of them came from battle rapping. So, just because they had vocabulary. So, you know, I don't think, like I said, that's why I said Prodigal Son's a conscious rapper, but he raps about things that people can relate to for real. And, you know, he's not completely out of format with everything that's going on. So it just...
Right. Right. So, yeah, all right. Number 9, your favorite car you would love to drive, the big bag. You said what?
I said there's a lot, you know what I mean? There's a lot of discussion when it comes to, you know, good rap, bad rap, good R&B, bad R&B, stuff like that. So.
Hey, before we get to the next one, I got a good question. Could you rap?
I've been singing, I've been writing and singing hooks for rappers for 25 years. Yeah, I could probably rap.
Right. Will the people in future ever hear you rap?
Uh, some of my like some of my I would do some mixtape stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
some of my mixtape stuff would sound more rap ish, but it always has a melody. So it all, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm always singing it, even if it's
Right.
even if it's structured or wordplay is more like rap or whatever. I'm still singing it. It's just like the realist. I mean,
Yeah, man. Me looking at the dress code. If I would never knew of you, heard of you, and they be like, he in the music scene. First thing I would have said, man, he a rapper. He must be a gangster rapper or something. Straight like that, man. Straight like that, man. So, yeah, man. But we gonna get to the next question. All right. What your favorite car you would love to drive? Like big money. You got so much money you could buy whatever car off the lot now. Like seriously, Mike could do it now. I don't know.
well, I can't do it right now, but I'm
Keeping it
not.
real, one.
But I'm not far. Well, you know what? My credit's pretty good. I think I might be able to pull it off. But it's but but finishing the payments. That,
What car is this, man?
no,
Go ahead and bust me inside the head with it.
you know what? I really like Ferraris. If it's something that I've always wanted to drive, I've wanted to drive a Ferrari since I seen the red Ferrari with the tan interior on Magnum PI.
Mm.
you
Ferrari,
know,
sir.
you know what I mean?
Somebody,
It's like a Land.
Ferrari.
Yeah, I mean a Ferrari. Like, oh man, that's a nice car. Now, I love American-made cars. I love trucks. I love Cadillacs. But a car that I've always wanted to drive, definitely a Ferrari.
Right. That I don't know. I don't know. I like roomy cars. So I don't know. Everybody like them Ferraris and Lambos. That's just something like when a person get the big bag, it seems like it got enough. They got to spend that $500,000 on that Lambo or Ferrari.
Well, I mean, uh, that's some people, you know. Um, Thankfully, I've gotten to a point, in my life, experience-wise, with financial literacy enough to know that a fancy car ain't gonna be the first thing I buy. So,
Real talk, straight like that. I understand that.
if my money's
Well,
right,
that's
if my
grain. Hey, y'all better take notes. If y'all ever get big in the game, Jay said it wouldn't be a good why. Basically saying why decision just go buy an expensive old car when you could do something more better.
I mean, how much am I really going to be driving?
Yeah,
If my
right,
money's if my money's right.
right. Well, that makes a lot of sense. How much you really gonna be driving when you doing other stuff?
Why would I?
Okay.
If I'm booked somewhere across the world or across somewhere else, there's going to be a driver that's going to pick me up, take me to the airport. I'm not going to have to drive to the airport.
Right. Makes sense. Okay, number 10, man. Favorite restaurant and home cooked meal. Favorite dish.
Um, in Kansas City, favorite. I don't know. Um, a place that I've wanted to try is this Rock Hill, this new Rock Hill restaurant. I,
In Kansas City.
yeah, I'm 20th and Grand.
I
Yeah.
never heard of it. Heard of it.
Uh, you know, I turned out, eating really, trying to eat smart, and when you get older, you've got to eat smarter, you've got to live smarter, you've got to wake up and take advantage of every day. And so with that, I'm saying anywhere that I'm gonna eat, it's gonna be good food, like prepared good, looks good, tastes good. So, you know, but that means also I don't eat a lot of carbs anymore, but lots of vegetables, lots of lean meat. I'd say Anton's, Pierpont's, Rock Hill, even Sorry. Is it Soiree or Sorry? 18th. They've got good food.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm just trying to figure out what clams and oysters down there on 18th and Vine about.
I'm not much of an oyster guy. I'll eat raw sushi or sashimi or whatever, but oysters, another thing, man. That's it's slimy. I don't do slimy.
You think it's slimy? Nah, they ain't slimy, man. Unless you eat them raw, I guess. I don't know about that.
I mean, that's like somebody that comfortably swallows their own snot.
Yeah,
I don't do that.
You ain't never. Hey, Jess, you never said. What about the home cooked meal? What about the home cooked meal dish?
Home cooked meal. Once again, it's right now. Right now, I've been making a lot of sautéed, like fresh salmon steaks, sautéed in olive oil, with, onion powder, black pepper, and then I'll make some sautéed spinach and onions or some asparagus. Man, I'm telling you, I go out.
So you do the cooking.
Yeah. One of my grandfathers was a chef.
Mm-hmm.
So I learned how to cook real early.
You got any kids, bro?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
This guy.
One 16-year-old son.
One 16-year-old son. That's it.
Yep.
Damn, he's a young grown man now. Okay, number 11. This got to get interesting. Favorite gun for protection.
Well, we'll get into that conversation another time.
Right.
I keep my private life as private as I can keep it for as long as I can keep it private, because that's my private life.
That's how I be, man. Like, that's all they need to know. One son to keep it moving. Next chapter. So, number 11, I know that, when you get, just before we go to number 11, just to speak on that, the privacy of your lifestyle, like, how private can we keep our lifestyle once you get in the big leagues like the industry, Hollywood scenes, et cetera, with all these damn paparazzi people, journalists, and all this about your life? They know, it seems like they know everything, like they the FBI or something, man.
Well, that's a really good question. And why it's a good question is because it's, it always comes up recently with my music and just with who I am as a man at this stage of my life, where exposing myself isn't a fear of mine. So, you know what I mean? Right. I'm comfortable with everybody knowing me, who I am, and all of that. But on the flip side, keeping what's most precious to you, you're going to protect it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Until you can't protect it. And, you know what I mean? And until it gets, to the point where I've got to put up 10-foot, rock fences around my yard and iron gates and all that other shit, like,
Yeah. That's real. So that should be rhyming all the way to number 11. What's your favorite gun for protection?
So is it so protection at home?
Yeah.
And do I have time to act?
Yeah, you got time to act. You have time to act. You know what's your weapon of choice.
So then it's a shotgun.
Shotgun.
Yeah.
I think Court said something about a shotgun or something.
Well, hey, I'm here to tell you, you don't have to aim very well with a shotgun late at night in the pitch black.
That's why I try to get him out. I want him out of Jesse. He said he ain't got to aim too much with a shotgun in the pitch dark night. Hey, that makes a lot of sense.
I'm hitting something.
Especially with using a shotgun and dealing with them shotguns. Powerful weapons.
But, if it's super fast and I've just got to react fast, then, a pistol's fast.
Right. So, all right, number 12, man. So in the hereafter, like if you had your own paradise, heaven, whatever, what would be the first thing of anything you could desire in your mind, of your heart, purest heart, what would you want to do?
Well, the first thing I'd do is ask God if I did enough.
You said ask God about stuff you didn't know?
No, I said first thing I'd do is I'd ask God if I did enough.
Did you do enough?
Yeah.
That's cool. But of all things, you want to be like, man, I want to do something fantastic, like something very, very, something very just out of the ordinary in the paradise, because I believe from the knowledge of me seeking, you're going to know if you did enough with God. That's how we going to know if we get inside of paradise or heaven, whatever these people want to call it. So, that's why I said, like, what would be the first thing? Is this something like, would you want to fly like a bird or have 50 women around the kingdom or some just, we human beings, we desire a lot of things in life.
And I desire to know if God feels like I did enough while I had one fucking life to do it in.
Well, that's what you get. So,
you know what I'm saying? I feel extremely anointed, man. And so I work extremely hard every single day to make sure I get one step closer to what I need to be doing.
Makes sense. Take notes. That was real right there. Okay, number 13. Well, number 13 was kind of like growing up with your parents. I believe you kind of explained a lot of that from the get-go of growing up, period. Like growing up with your single mother, et cetera, and your brothers.
Well, then she got,
pretty much.
Yeah, but she got remarried. So I had a stepdad. My stepdad was a cowboy. Okay. And my stepdad was a cowboy and a truck driver. So, it was, I always had men around me.
Right.
Like if I didn't have a close relationship with this person or with that person, you know what I mean? I seen my dad every other week and whatever else. And, but I had two grandfathers, both of them were cowboys, and they all worked hard. And so, the examples that I had were always men, regardless of the relationship that we had, they were just always working hard, period, the end, until they fucking died. Like, it was it. Like,
right. So you grew up with a lot of discipline growing up.
Sure.
With parents. Makes a lot of sense. Tell with your actions. That's what's up. A lot of people don't have discipline. Like growing up, imagine me growing up with some cowboy grandpa and grandfathers and uncles. What would that be like?
Yeah, my uncle, I got one uncle. He's a cowboy too. Yeah. And so,
you could put a little on this topic. You said what now?
I was just gonna transition into, that goes into the music and how I grew up with music and things like that.
Yeah, that's why I was about to ask you. Like later on in life, will you see yourself making country music? Anything?
Well, you know, I did a recent interview, and the same topic came up. Um, it was, you know, more generally about genre. And I said, my anointing is my voice, not my genre. You know,
Right.
I've written all types of music for whether it was for me or another artist. And, you know, so it's just, this is what I love doing. What
Right.
I'm what I'm doing is what I love doing. And if I hear some music, regardless of genre, if it touches me and it makes me feel like I want to write to it, like emotionally, I don't care what fucking genre it is. I'm gonna write to it. Like you know what I mean? Like 2009 and 2010, there was a big. That's when electronic scene bumped up even more internationally. And so then I took all my R&B songs from the 90s and matched them up BPM with the electronic records to then promote and book live shows overseas, singing my R&B songs to electronic records, like an electronic mixtape. So
Right.
I believe, honestly, Rilla, I believe singing R&B music at a country concert will still work.
Yeah. I bet it will work. Why not?
I'm,
Okay.
I'm just saying, women.
The women. He said the women.
In my
Okay.
in my opinion, in a lot of ways, women just want to see a man up there singing to them. I'll be him.
Well, they be show throwing pennies to ball at you.
I'll be him.
So, okay, that's cool. That was perfect. All right, number 14. Top 5 industry artists.
uh, living.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully, they living, died. It don't matter, dead, living, singing, whatever they are.
You know, man, you know, I lost and I didn't lose it. I just stopped paying it. My damn Billboard uh, subscription. And if you don't have a Billboard subscription, get it or check it out online. Billboard magazine is a really it's a wealth of information. You know what I mean? Just for knowing what's going on. Um, and so you said top 5 industry. This would kind of go into like people that I would want to work with that are in the industry now. Like I like Ty Dolla Sign.
Mm-hmm.
I like Wiz Khalifa, you know, or Wiz Khalifa.
Mm-hmm. That's 2.
Uh, you know, I like Drake.
I I felt it coming. I said, why she say something about Drake? Why she say Drake?
Well, he's not a bad rapper, and he touches more people than anybody else on the planet.
Yeah, he not bad at all. He's very talented. I like it. I was
I'm,
amazed when I first heard of dude. Like I was like, damn, who is this dude? Like he ain't no hell of a rapper. He just a dude who know how to make good music.
well, he's you know, wouldn't you say he's close to like a? Well, man, that's a big comparison.
I say a Michael Jackson in hip
No,
hop.
no, no, no,
Yeah,
no.
he's
He,
something else in that caliber to me, man. Like a Michael Jackson type caliber, man, of
no,
a hip hop.
he's not that good. Now hold on. Now now Michael might end up being a weirdo or
He
whatever.
making hits like that. He keep making hits like that. It's gonna be a problem.
Well, but that's the machine. You got to remember, like anybody can make hits. I think every record that I've put out recently under TME is a fucking hit.
Right?
But the world may not know it's a hit yet because of the power of the financial machine that's behind Drake currently. You know what I mean? Like, make no mistake, the more money you got, the more records you sell. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I believe it all day,
So,
strictly. So you owe us two more artists in the industry.
um, male or female?
Yes. I don't know. Lanisha, she said any female artist you would work with. So give us at least two of them.
Tiana Taylor? You hear me?
Yeah, I heard you.
Tiana Taylor and Erykah Badu.
Oh man, I could see you and Erica Badu putting in some work.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can see that video dressed in all black singing your ass off.
Hey, Tiana Taylor, just because she got a six pack.
You said, what about Keanu Taylor?
I said, just because she's got a six pack.
Oh, she got a six pack.
Yeah, that's hot.
Yeah.
Ladies, that's hot.
Okay. All right. Number 15. Five top producers.
Now hold on one second. Hold on one second. I just read a comment. Huh. Hold on. I haven't been able to read these comments, people, so sorry about that.
I really don't pay attention to the comments unless it's probably real critical. I usually get to the comments when we get down to random topic part 1, 2, and 3, and then get with the comments. But it do be interesting comments to make you stop and say, well, "Hey, what?"
Yeah, I mean, I know these people, and I want to comment on them. So everybody that's here, comment, because I'm here, man. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you very much. I'm going to read all these comments and get back to you personally if I don't get back to you on here. But there was a recent comment that Marcus Berry said that I just saw, because it was the last comment at the time, said, so you say TME don't have no machine behind you, Jesse, spelled wrong, Pringle, that why you don't have no hit. That's not what I said, is it, Realla?
Nah.
I said,
speaking on the power of money of the industry, period. Like, they got power.
I said, that's not what I said at all. What I said is I think that every single that I put out under TME is a hit.
You're right.
What constitutes a hit is not how good the record is. To me, it is how good the record is. But to the industry, it's how much money it makes. Agree or disagree?
I agree.
That's what Billboard says. That's what the people that make the platinum records say. You know what I'm saying? Nielsen. Nielsen.
Good.
Media.
I listened to the Lil Dude 6ix9ine, and he was talking about the billboards and all that is fake, and people paying to be on the Billboard top rank and all that. He called himself exposing the Billboard game.
Well, what you got to do with Billboard is you've got to sell records.
Right.
And, you know, that's a part of the process. And we'll talk about that subject later, because I think that's a good random topic rather
right.
to talk about.
Yeah, the random topic part 1, 2, and 3 is this everything. It don't matter what. That's where it really turn up. You know, I believe in my three. That's the three weapons right there of topics and stuff. Especially these comments. If somebody's asking for something, or you know. So what is this? All right, yeah. I said number 15, 5 top producers that you love. Who produce and who you dealing with? I know you said Icy Rock. I know you was mentioning Icy Rock.
So check this out. My first single was I Want You. That was produced by Grammy nominated for 2 Drake songs, had 2 top Billboard hits in the same fucking week. So Black and Mild is one of my producers. And then Cash Clay, another Grammy nominated platinum selling producer from Atlanta. And I was hooked up with Cash Clay in Atlanta by some Kansas City 12th Street friends of mine. If anybody knows
Right.
if anybody knows Tic Tac or the Gilmore Boys, those are my family. So that's how me and Cash Clay hooked up. So then another local, Don Juan, of course, him and I have known each other for a long time, but Don Juan was the producer of my record, The Realist.
I just told people, go and name the rest of your producers. When you mentioned Don Juan, I want to jump back into that, man. I think you got two more producers to mention.
I got a whole bunch, but Brandon Black, also Kansas City. Him and I have made we've done a lot of songs together, but every song that we made ended up on the radio. First it was, I had a song called Find My Girl in 2007. Now, a radio station in Texas put it on first because I was down there doing a show with DJ Ock and Baby Huey, Choppa, down in Texas, and then came back to Kansas City, sent it over to Myron and 103, and then it got picked up there. And then 08 had another song made by Brandon Black called Will You Be With Me. Anyway, we'll move on to the producers. Brandon Black, Ryan Scales, Pretty Boy Beats. Those are the people that I'm working with currently. I can't.
Right.
Wait. I can't get out of here without saying my real close friend and producer. We've got a lot of records that have yet to be released, but have been written and recorded and mastered. Anthony, Tony, 2 times Restivo. Tony 2 times produced a gang of records for me here locally, and we're already done with them. We recorded it at mid-range. Rob Rebeck engineered them. You know, Donald XL Robinson from No Limit, the engineer, he's mastering them. So those are my guys.
Okay, that's what's up. Now, speaking on, you said Don Juan produced the Realist album, right?
The record, yeah.
Your record. I've been telling people in Kansas City artists for a long time, like, if you not dealing with Don Juan, something's wrong with you, man. Something just got to be something wrong with people, especially these new artists. Like you, it's like Don Juan. He's a problem. He's a legend, and he made the Realist record. I did not know that, and I like the song. So I'm really very, inspired, just to hear that. Like, damn, he made that.
Most every single record that I write, consider like all my original music over all the years or whatever, I've got probably, not including features that I did on everybody else's stuff, I've got, 80, 90 songs, something like that. That's why I said Tony 2 times. So I've got, over 80, 90 songs. And man, I every single record that I wrote, I knew I was going to write it the first 4 bars. You know what I mean? Because a lot of time you go see a producer about getting a record or a song, and you say, "All right, play me some beats." So you go through some beats, and I'm not there to waste time. People that know me know this. I'll be like, "All right, what else you got? All right, what else you got? All right, what else you got?" But when I hear it, I'm like, "That's it." And so then I'll either write it there, or then I'll just have them, give it to me on a flash drive. I'll take it home or email it to me, or, Google Drive me the beat or whatever. And then I'll sit in the studio and I'll write to it at my house. I'll record to it at my house. I'll demo it. And then I'll go to a bigger studio with, better preamps and an engineer, and get it done. So that's my process. But
You
but
this
that
is how it goes. Send Jesse the song. Send Jesse the beat. I mean, Jesse in his laboratory at home writing it. You do it. You do a rough draft basically in your lab, and you
right.
take it to a top-notch studio where it's more amps, et cetera, and they whip it up for you basically. And then there you go. You got a Jesse Pringle hit.
Well, I just redo the whole track at the bigger
Oh,
studio.
so you going. So basically, you memorizing your music when you at home, basically. So when you get to the big league studio, you can really go tear it up.
Right. Absolutely.
Makes sense to me.
There's somebody that said what I
And
go ahead.
I said hey, yeah, I love them questions, but I can't wait to get some of these questions. There's some good questions in here, especially from Lanisa. Uh, okay, that rhymes with number 16 of what studio you prefer to record at. Everything we talk coming to rhymes, I guess.
Right.
Like, what you prefer to record at?
Back in the day, I used to record at Chapman's.
Okay. Shout
Um,
out.
I mean, they're closed now, but
Yeah, I'm glad you said it. 'Cause I'm about to say, what the hell happened to him?
well, he just retired. Like nobody was able to
Oh,
keep it up or whatever, probably. So everybody just kind of separated and did their own thing. But that's why I still have, one of their original engineers, and he's a producer and a guitar player and everything else. Rob Rebeck. He still does vocal mixing for me, after the track's done and stuff like that. But I like recording with Eric Surratt. And Eric Surratt owns Mid-Range Music.
mm.
It's in Kansas City.
So you like messing with E on the music on the recording tip?
Well, I like Eric on his. I'm a vocalist, so I got to pay a lot of attention to the tone and the sound and everything in my voice and the way it's coming across. So he does to me from what I mean. Like I'm usually loyal to the people that are loyal to me. So if we're working good together, I'm not going to change things up. you know.
Right, respect. So that's a good thing you said about mixing and mastering the vocals and stuff. I always tell people, and this was random before I was taught, that mixing and mastering an R&B singer is nothing like mixing and mastering a rapper.
It's not
It's
at
more
all.
critical.
It's not at all. However, when I was after I had gotten used to songwriting and singing, then I had to realize that producers weren't always going to be available. We always weren't going to see eye to eye. Engineers, the same thing. I didn't have budgets always to go get studio time or whatever else. So, I went and got an 8-track. You know what I mean? Digital analog 8-track, and that's the way I started. Then I upgraded to a 32 or 23 track, and that's the way I started. And then I was actually running sessions, rap sessions out of my studio, but I was recording them like I was recording my R&B vocals. So I do believe that you can record rap vocals like R&B vocals, but not the other way around.
Right. Well, that's some game.
And,
Okay.
it's
Number
all
17.
it's
You
all
said
it's all
what you got else to say?
Go ahead.
Okay, number 17. Reading books or listening to lectures.
What was it?
Reading books or listening to lectures.
Um, Reading books probably works better for me
Mm-hmm.
if if I can set aside the time to focus on a book.
Right. Hey, you ain't lying.
I'll have to turn the TV off. I'll have to turn my phone off. I'll have to turn the laptops off, music off, because I'm gonna need to like just read it. and be there. And that's, that's fine, because I started like that. Some of the first books that I read about the music industry were read, because I didn't have internet, because I didn't have a phone. I didn't, you know what I mean? None of that stuff. Yeah,
Right.
that was when everybody had a pager. And I didn't even, I got my first pager because I wrote and sang the jingle for the biggest pager company in Kansas City.
Man, damn, woo, wait, boy, that's something to probably dig up on YouTube if you go
So,
find it. Woo,
hold up.
wait, that's a long time ago.
No, it was something that everybody remembered. Everybody that will remember that was alive during that time. Okay, so there was a pager company. Shout out Albert, and it was called Just for You Paging.
What,
Remember that?
what, what in the 90s was that?
Late '90s.
Like, gotta be 94, 95, 6,
No,
7, 8.
it was 96, 7, 8, 9, 2000.
Mm-hmm.
Because Just for You Paging was right next door to Just for Feet.
Right. Whoa, yeah, yeah, yeah. So you said you wrote that? I'm starting to remember now. So you said you wrote that
Just for
in.
you, paging just for you. You get the call, you get them all. Just for you. That was me.
What?
Yeah.
That's why I love the interview. Now you see, that's dope. 'Cause I remember that now.
So
That's wow. Man. Like,
yeah,
damn. It's like legends in Kansas City we sleeping on.
ever since I started singing, I learned how to make money singing. You know, I didn't do that feature on Snug Brim's album for free.
Right.
Why would I? I didn't sing, you know what I mean? I didn't sing the pager company commercial for free. Why would I?
Right.
But one of the, and this is like, this goes back to the reading question previously. Why would I, why would I, why would I read a book on something else or whatever else like that? Well, I'm a Scorpio, so I'm an introvert. So I'm a creative person naturally, but I don't like a lot of big crowds. However, uh, I had to get used to that and had to get used to, selling people the product. So I learned how to sell because I ended up being a salesman, then a manager at a local clothing store at Bannister Mall, and it was called Jeans West.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I learned how to sell. Once I learned how to sell, then I started buying books about the music industry because that's how I got into it at the same time.
Right.
One book is called Everything's Negotiable. You can make a deal. Everything's negotiable. Not everything has to be money, because because money is a set value. It's a, it's a fake value of something else that has value, right? So,
Right.
instead of money, if you need studio time, barter studio time. If you need your car repaired, barter car repair. If you're hungry, you need to eat, barter a free meal.
Right.
So that led me into to learning how to deal with sponsors at an early time in my career. Like, man, come on, man, this ain't just about singing and recording.
Right. Makes a lot of sense.
This is about
That was
providing for the people that love and support me.
right. Okay. Number 18, your relationship with your creator.
I see you, Court. 2 for 15, Jeans West.
2 for 15, Kings West. Old school banner.
But you said what now?
Number 18, what's your relationship with your creator?
Very, very close. God lives in me.
Respect. Okay. Number 19. What are you trying to get out of this career of yours?
And God lives in you too, Rilla.
Alhamdulillah, man.
You know, what I'm trying to get out of this career, it's kind of the tail end of the last answer I gave. And that is to be able to provide for the people that love me and that I love and the people that have supported me throughout this entire process. You know,
Right.
everybody that knows me knows that I'll sleep on a subway, I'll sleep on a studio floor, peanut butter and tuna. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I'll do it because this is my anointing. So because of that, it's my passion. And so money is only good to those that I can take care of with money. You dig what I'm saying? Like,
that makes a lot of sense. I believe that's a lot of our goals right there. So number 20.
I just want to be able to know. I just want to be able to know that the song that I wrote about me and my life experience connected to you and your story.
Right.
Because it's all about human connection. You know, music to me, because I'm a Scorpio, because I'm an introvert, because I'm the outlaw, because I'm mysterious and all this other shit, because I wear black, you know what? That's why I make my music my form of communication. Well, if I'm not saying what you want me to hear, listen to the lyrics in my song and maybe we can connect that way.
Right. Right.
So,
what's up with beautiful ladies in the comments saying what's up to Jesse?
Hello, everyone. Hello. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for commenting. Appreciate you guys. I just seen DJ Nuvo. DJ Nuvo, Magic 107.3's DJ, first Saturday group party DJ. But man, this kid is cold-blooded. Like, as
DJ
far as mix, yeah.
Okay, let's turn it up a little notch. Okay.
Let's turn it up a notch.
Okay, number 20. What did you come up with the idea that you wanted to do for this? My bad. What did you come up with this idea to do what you do as far as this entertainment? What made you get into the want to sing, et cetera, and to do what you're doing now?
Okay.
Plus being a writer too, you're a writer and you know how to write movie scripts. You know how to do a lot of writing, and writing is very powerful. In my belief of being Muslim and practice Islam, they said one of the powerful things created was a pen, and I heard a lot of good stories about you in this pen game. So being a singer and a writer, et cetera, now being to actress and modeling, you got a lot going on, Jesse. So what got you into all that, man?
No, I appreciate the question. And it brings up a really fun story to tell about, when I was in elementary school, and I came up in a time where everybody in class in elementary school in your class was part of the annual, play or musical or something like that. Everybody had to be involved. You know what I mean? So I learned how to be in, the stage acting and the stage plays and be in front of audiences and things like that young. And I wrote my first stage play when I was 11. And because we had a talent contest, and that was my talent. I wrote the scene. What it was is I rewrote I think it was the last scene of Rocky 2, where Apollo and Rocky knocked each other out, but Rocky got up. So it was that scene. So you know what I mean? Like, so I wrote that, had stunt actors. Me and this dude was out there with boxing gloves, and you know what I mean, on stage. So I always had that comfort level of knowing that, you know, I could be on stage in front of people, entertaining people creatively. So, you know, that continued through school. And even though I was, you know, running track and football and, you know, all that other stuff, I always got into the theater, and I wasn't in any choirs or anything like that, but I got into the theater and the acting and you know, things like that. So it was just always part of it. And I didn't know back then that this is where I would be. But looking back, now I understand why I am. Because, you know, because it was just so naturally in me from the very beginning.
Right.
You know.
Right. So that's just natural, man. That I'm like, man, when you say you writing, I'm what's the name? You writing scripts for the movie what's the No Limit series? You got some of the writing. You said writing. Was you writing scripts to that? Matter of fact.
Okay, so check this out. I'm gonna give you the rundown. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. So here's the rundown. 2011, I did a song with Greedy. Remember Greedy?
Yeah, that's my cousin.
Well, then how the fuck don't you know who I am?
I don't know. I'm trying to upgrade. Like I gotta. I swear for God, if I go back and backtrack your footsteps and your blueprint to who you are now, I'll probably be like, man, I heard this, I heard that, I heard this. See, I'm that type of guy.
So
I'm very well rounded, so I might let me go do some backtrack and see what the hell Jesse been doing in the early '90s all the way to the early 2000s. Because when you say you did a hook for the just for the Pager King Company, I remember that. That's why I said I'm about to go YouTube that, because I bet it pop up.
Yeah, just for you paging, sure did.
So that's just something tight like that. Like, you know, like it's so much music. I ain't heard everything Greedy did because he did a lot of stuff.
So there used to be a show. There used to be a show on 90.1 KKFI on Mondays. It was a rap show called Massive Mondays. I wrote and did the intro for that one too. Yeah. Yep. Massive Mondays. Yeah, being rough from South 71 Degrees did that. Yeah.
You said hit that note again if you don't mind.
It was Massive Mondays. Turn it up. Massive Mondays. Yep, that's what it was.
I'm trying to figure out. So, Court, I can't wait to get to the topics. Oh, man, come on, man. You got me here like stuff I grew up in hearing and stuff. You were behind a lot of stuff like that's crazy and that's amazing.
A lot of babies were made to my first record. I'll say that. That
bring the realest motherfuckers on the show, so it is what it is.
Where were we?
You said where was we? Okay. 21, Glock 21. Do you do the club or do you do the block? Like, would you prefer to be in your comfort zone, home, block, neighborhood, or would you rather be in a club or bar? What's your type of chill spot?
I love house parties.
Right.
If I can control them.
Right.
If I don't, then I like going to a club. I like going to a club because I got to get out there and network. And nobody's going to know who the fuck I am unless I get out there and introduce myself. And that's just something that I've always done because I always had to do it. You know what I mean? I was a white R&B artist since 1996. There were no others. Like,
you the originator of KC, man. Like, damn. Like, being a white R&B artist, I ain't never heard of none in Kansas City.
Okay, hold up. You said you grew up in the 30s?
Yeah, I'm from the 39th Street to be exact. 30s on. I say all the 30s my home for real, man, because it's ripping and running. That's a young bull. So I've been
Okay.
around.
All right. So the 30s, wasn't the 30s all blood?
I wouldn't say that. Like, you, from my knowledge, you got 33rd. That's a lot of bloods over there. Bell's area, certain over that section. 39th and Chili Willie's over on Purcell was the blood. They was packed up deep over there. But me growing up being raised by a gang of Crips, it was like more of Crips allowed around the 30s for real. But it's half if you put it like that. But I think it's still more a lot of Crips. This being from 39th Street area.
Well, I think you're right when it goes to more like east side. But no, I only say that just to add to the story. But I think I did some. You remember Massacre?
It sounds familiar, man. A lot of stuff just sound familiar. I just need an update.
There was a whole rap crew and all that from. They had a studio. I think it was called Massacre. Not that they were Bloods or anything like that, but that's all. You know, I'm talking about like. Well, don't matter. That was years ago. And that's the one thing I never had an issue with. You know, I always got along with everybody because I was a singer. You know what I mean? And so I didn't ever, have any problems with anybody like that. And, you know, being a singer kind of transcended all that. I mean, you know, I bounced all over town. You know, so 30s, 50s, 60s, you know, 70s, like, it was never an issue for me, so.
Right. That so you like me. I like to do the neighborhood. I be on the block all the time. That ain't nothing new. I be in the hoods, period, in the east side of the 30s, 20s, or 40s. That's my domains. Yeah. But when it comes to club, and I do like to be in clubs because you do network like a lot. The networking and you know, I don't go out and gotta wear a duck in my head about no sucker bull crap. That ain't me, and I'm not about to be involved in all that ignorance anyway because I know my mentality. So I love to be in bars and clubs and network and seeing people because like Will was telling me, he said, really, man, I know you be on the block so much, you need to start getting out more and let the people see your face. But I told him, it's cool to do that, but man, you know, but I don't like to overdo it too much. Like my thing, when I hit the club scene or a bar scene, a rap club scene, whatever you want to call it, when it's time, I go when it's beneficial, and then I know when I go, nobody haven't seen me or seen me in a while, it'd be more spectacular to me. So that's what I feel about the club.
All right, Realla, I'm going to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
When was the last time you were at Monarch Bar?
A Monarch Bar? What is that? I ain't never been there.
Monarch. When was the last time you were at Okay. When was the last time you were When was the last time you were at Mosaic?
I don't even know these bars you naming. Only thing if you say Smacks, that's probably the last bar I was at. The Velvet, not Velvet, but what Velvet Freeze? That's probably about the last bar I was at.
So the bars that I just listed, Mosaic is the club on the top floor at Power and Light.
Mm-hmm.
And Monarch is a like an ultra lounge club down in the Plaza area, down by JJ's, and there's that oyster place there. But my point,
probably if you say a club in Power Light, I probably didn't been in it, but I didn't know what it was.
So my point is, you said you're more of a block guy because you don't want to be seen too much at the clubs. Where you're just being seen too much at the clubs that you go to. You're not going to enough clubs. You're thinking that the only network you can be involved in and sell people in is the network that
I don't really do no clubs no more like I used to, man. Honestly, I don't do no clubs like I used to. Like I really don't like I really don't do them too much. So I've been around a lot of them. I just don't do it. I ain't my atmosphere. I don't believe people do enough nothing in just standing around for real. I could do that at home or in the hood somewhere.
So Realla, I'll ask you this: Who is
Mm-hmm.
who is your audience? What is your audience demographic? Who are they? What race?
I don't know. A
What?
whole bunch of everything, man. A whole bunch of everything.
Nah, but
Whole bunch of
let's,
everything.
let's just talk.
Yeah.
Have you ever done research on?
You asked me, I'm saying a whole bunch of everything. So I'm not omnipotent of knowing what's watching, you
Okay.
know. So
All I'm saying is the bars that I or the clubs that I listed
mm,
are on every search site for things to do in Kansas City just because they're known to be big networking clubs. And that's just two. That's just two.
mm-hmm.
All I'm saying is we as artists, we as entertainers, we as professionals, even entrepreneurs, whatever, have to force
Right,
ourselves to get out of our comfort zone and go meet new people because
right.
we don't know who we can sell to until we go sell them.
That's big facts, gang. Sure, I need to go ahead and buckle up and rock with you, Jesse. Where the spots at? Cause for one, I ain't been in no club and no plasma. But when you say Pine Light, I probably been. I don't know. Maybe it's another top floor up in Pine Light that got something going on that I probably ain't gonna enter in. You know what it is. It might be something in downtown somewhere in the top of them buildings, a nice little club that you been in, but I ain't been in. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, a lot of stuff, local clubs be a lot of hood, nothing cracking for real. But when you saying networking, I respect the fact that basically you give me some game. You saying basically if you in these high top ranked clubs, it's better people business or something you can sell to them. That makes a lot of sense. That's straight A100% real facts.
I mean, all I'm saying is you have a successful talk show and you're trying to take it to the next level every single day and advance the show. And that's why I said that one time. I said, get some light, shine on your face, because your audience wants to see you, because you're the host of the
Yeah,
show. Like so, but hey, somebody put on there. Latoya said, just spread your wings. It's just spread your wings. You never know who might be missing out on Realla just because Realla's not going to get a drink at the Monarch Bar.
right. Yeah, it is what it is. I'm not Kansas City local though. See, that's the funny part. I could back all mines up. I
Well,
got
that's
over millions of
well,
people
that's
know who I am, but
well,
I'm not far. As far as me, it's nothing that I really don't know. It's just how I want to do it, when I want to do it, how I want to dress it. If I want to go out today, I feel like I'm wearing a baggy white tee and a KC fitted. That's gonna be realer. But if I say I'm about to get suited in the boot and clean up, that's how I move. So like when you was like, why you ain't showing your face in the dark? That's how I probably wanted to be in that moment. Like I didn't probably into a bar to put my face. Cause for one, when I started the Realer Versus show, it wasn't about. I was trying to be behind the scene, just promoting artists and making the hip hop and the music scene this great again, and having people opinions and topics all through it. But Will and a lot of couple more people was basically encouraged me to go live. I wasn't trying to be live, nothing.
hmm.
So, but they said, nah, bro, you need to show your face, let them know who you are. So now I'm doing it.
I do
So,
want to. No, I appreciate that, man. And that's all you can be is the best you that you can be. I mean, in all honesty, I want to go back though to the first two questions about best underground artists because I forgot to mention that before Corona had
mm-hmm,
officially quarantined everyone, including businesses, I had I was promoting and of course performing that later as a feature, but promoting. It was called KC Vocals. It was an independent, original artist singer and rap artist one night only contest.
Right.
And it was going to be judged, you know, and all that. It was supposed to be April 24th. I was having it out in a club in Blue Springs, like 500 or just under 500 people, or 400 people was the capacity. So it's a great venue. Had a stage, sound system, all that already set up. And you know, we were talking about Kansas City music industry and the status that it's in. Well, and that's why I mentioned that there's not enough going on. So that's why I started that show, KC Vocals. And there's a Facebook page, KC Vocals. But we just had to cancel the April 24th event, which will then announce a new date to do that whenever we fully open back up and it's safe to, you know, have 400 people in the same spot. But regardless, it's a live event. It's going to be an event where artists come in and pay an entry fee, a door fee, just like anybody else, to be put on a list to perform their one original track. And you know, and do it very you know, very showcase style. Like, I think you know, when I started R&B, there was just one kind of R&B. And you know, now there's 4, 5, 6 different subgenres of R&B. You know what I mean? But it gets, you know, it allows somebody to get a chance to do their original material, whether it's R&B or singing whatever genre or rap artist. But that would allow me to get to know more local talent, original artists, underground artists better, to then gauge who's the best KC underground artist. You know what I mean?
Right. Man, that would have been a good show. I would have wanted to be there.
No, it's going to be a great show, and hopefully you'll be one of our judges.
100. Yeah, for sure. I'll be glad to be there.
We were talking about how I got into movies and all that stuff, I think, but it all came because I did a song with Greedy called Top of the World. And then I directed the video, Top of the World, with Greedy.
Now you got me going to the thing like, man, did I miss something?
We shot it in Wayne Minor, part of it. We shot it under the Gym Theater sign, part of it. And we shot it over that lookout. It was like 9th and Charlotte, something like that, looking over the downtown airport.
Not a damn job. Boy, what the heck? I ain't seen this video a million times. That's 8 years ago.
Yeah, I'm not.
Like 9 years ago. I done seen this video so many times, and this is terrible. And
yeah, I went to LA with Greedy, with Bun B, with 2 Trill West. Got offered a deal with Bun that night after I got off stage. Met Nicole Murphy, Michael Strahan, a whole bunch of other people. A day later, a month and a half later, moved out to LA, got into movies real heavy, started writing, started acting, got in the Screen Actors Guild, dropped the old name, went with the new name, my real name, Jesse Pringle, and then back.
Not because y'all didn't want to get this little sneak peek to the people 9 years ago, 2012, damn. Man, that's crazy, and I know this song. Still sound good.
Hey.
Ain't that something, man? Hey, damn, man. I remember somebody like, man, boy, you know Big Greedy, why you don't promote your family? Like, who family what, nigga? They like, man, Big Greedy, Big Greedy. I'm like, Big Greedy? Like, yeah, that's your blood cousin. They put me up on game. Seen me at a family reunion one time. I'm like, damn, I ain't even know called family. But, you know, that's That's a good thing to have older people. And I've seen this video many a times back then. It's just crazy that I didn't put your face to that. Like it been a long time, so you know, mine switch up, development change over a while. But I'm looking at him like, man, I've been seeing this video
Hey,
because
hey,
you know I rock with Rick for real on his
Envy,
music.
right. Envy asked me that story later. You remember, damn, remember BG Bullet Wound?
Yeah, yeah, I know that's the big homie.
I got a song with him. Yuck Mouth and Tech, of course, on his Gates.
That answer the lady question, Lanisha, I'm bad with names, but that answered her question because she did say, "Did you do a song with Tech Nine?" So I like, yeah, I didn't want to say. Now I would go wait till the random topics, then answer all them questions. So, but
Yeah,
yeah, well, you heard him say he did a song with Tech.
yeah.
Oh, all right, where we at, man? All right, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, what can your city, number 22, what can your city do to better itself?
Okay, this was one of my random topic discussion, but we'll go there. I think that's a good place to do it. I think we,
Okay.
I think we've been talking about it, and that's have more original music events. Um, I was gonna dab in it a little bit and say, you know, when R&B for me, when not for me, but for the industry wise, when I believe it kind of took a back seat was when karaoke came about. R&B died for a long time because of karaoke, because everybody thought that they could sing. And so, you know, there's one thing about me is that I never sang cover songs. I would never go in and sing somebody else's music from the 90s or the 80s or whatever. It just wasn't my thing, because for me, I was always an original artist. I wanted to always be considered original artist. That'd be like a rap artist going to rap Nelly song, or
Mm-hmm.
or I'm just saying, like some song that was famous, you just gonna rap it, but that's not you as an artist. Well, why should I do that as a singer? You know,
Right.
now I lost out on a lot of paid work because of that, because there's a lot of singers that go around town with bands singing cover songs and, you know, restaurants or whatever, shows or whatever, but that was just never me, because I can never be singing somebody else's shit.
That's like me. I don't like rapping nobody lyrics. I can't remember too many lyrics.
Yeah.
Like I don't like doing it because I think I don't want it to grow. If I feel like going back to rapping, I don't want to grow into my style. But I did look up to a lot of people in rapping, like Big Court, Brother Lynch, Rich the Factor, Tech Nine, Fat Tone, et cetera, Sebo, a whole bunch of cats that was rapping raw to me growing up. So yeah, that's just like
But
me. I think it's corny for somebody to be singing somebody else's stuff or
I wrote,
rapping somebody else.
I
Being
wrote
an artist is they self, not just no random person. I'm talking this for people who know how to rap and rhyme and sing. I don't think it's cool to sing nobody else's stuff unless somebody paying you to do it.
well, and you know, if I was to, you know, it's just like I did a Christmas remake of a Donny Hathaway song this Christmas, and that was actually Big Court's idea. He could, you know, he's like, "Yo, I want to redo. I want you
I
to redo."
didn't listen to it. I'll keep it real. I didn't listen to it. Probably didn't share because I'm not into Christmas and all that. So that's probably what me being in my
Well,
belief system.
regardless of the
I heard
holiday,
clips of it though. I heard clips of it though. I heard clips of it because you have
well,
no choice when you go there. You tagged in TME, so you got no choice.
oh, it's hard. Well, here's the thing. You know, Big Court came to me. He's like, "Yo, I want you to redo Donny Hathaway this Christmas." I said, "There's no way that I'm gonna try and attempt to redo and remake the best R&B Christmas song of all time." I said, "But
Right.
there I said, but there's only one way that I'll do that, and is that if I can remake it, you know, with a producer musically and really attempt to try and make it my own." And thankfully, I was able to do that with another local producer, Brandon Black. and we remade it, and I you know, when it goes down to an instrumental bridge, where I think it was a harmonica or something like that, we made a new bridge, and the song and the video turned out fire. Like, we had, you know, I was recruiting two-step dancers and all that. We had a whole team of two-steppers inside inside the juke house, and then under the gym theater. It was like a damn Universal movie studio lot out there, and you're gonna have to check the video out. Yeah.
Right. That's cool. So okay, where we at? Number 23, man. All right, favorite shoes you like to wear?
Shoes. You know, I'm like, because I was an athlete, I'm a shoe purpose type of guy. So, you know, I don't necessarily have a favorite shoe that I wear all the time,
Mm-hmm.
but I'll have a shoe for every different purpose. Like, I'll have a shoe for running, I'll have a shoe for working, I'll have a shoe for going out to dinner, I'll have a shoe for performing in, I'll have, you know what I'm saying? Like, so there, you know, I have a shoe for working out. Like, there's a different shoe for everything. Like,
right. Okay. Number 24. 5 favorite movies you love to watch.
Godfather, Goodfellas, Pulp Fiction, Apocalypse Now, Shawshank Redemption.
You named some badass movies right there, man. On number 24. Those were some badass movies. Really, I'm about to go watch some of them old mob movies, because, man, I ain't seen them in a while. And to me, watching them type of movies, you can learn a lot from them if you really pay deep, close attention to them.
Oh.
So, all right, this the fun facts right here. Number 25. Are you a fighter or a shooter?
Well, I'm definitely a fighter, probably. Yeah, because
The problem.
well, I mean, I can shoot, but you know, I know I can fight. So I'm just gonna be like, for me. Here's the thing, really. This is a good conversation to have. because what the fuck is all this shooting for anyway? Like, are we really that fucking personally butthurt and emotionally torn from somebody hurting our feelings? We gotta go shoot somebody? Like, are we shooting somebody over some fucking money? Like, what is money? Money ain't even real anyway. Like, but my point is, like, you know, disrespect, physical contact, personal space, you know, doing disrespectful, unmorally, unethically shit like that's gonna cause a situation. Right. I'll definitely offer a fight before a shootout.
Right.
Just because I'm man enough to do it.
I don't understand how a person could be man enough to shoot somebody but not man enough to fight.
I mean, knuckle up. The people that really know me well know that I was singing, selling CDs, and bouncing at Lafferty's at the same time. You know, I'm DJ Black Ass said I seen him on here. Like, he said, "Hold up." Somebody said something smart. Oh man, give it up. Funny.
Oh man, I ain't paying attention to Tim. That nigga trolling. I'm not paying him no mind. Man, when he talking in them comments, he just wants somebody to agree with that clown. I ain't paying him no mind. I'll deal with Tim comments later. He can't beat you up. I put $1,000, Timmy, and knock your ass out. I've been fasting all day. That's my guy Tim something else. Oh man, Tim. I wasn't trying to read them. I wasn't trying to read them comics, man. He said somebody said something smart. Oh man. Ooh-wee.
But those are the people. But those are the people that won't toe the fucking line. Toe the line. Toe the line, tough guy. You know what I'm saying?
Say, toe the line.
Toe the fucking line. Hey, somebody got a spare tire? Put it in the middle of the street. Let's both put our front feet in there and fuck it, like, and have it out. Let's see who the better man is.
Hell out each other. I remember Corey, since we still on the fighting top, I remember Corey, he said, yeah, that'd be a good interview because I think it's on the other interview. We did pretty good numbers on that interview. I wasn't expecting that, but it did its numbers. I woke up with like thousands. Oh, man. So Corey said, yeah, man, this type of man, he could take some punches.
Well, I'm certainly not going to try and take any punches.
Right. Oh man! So since we in the fighting on number 25 fighting, I heard from the word of knowledge that you did an MAA, UFC thing.
Yeah, I did. I grew up obviously watching boxing, street fighting, boxing, shit like that. But then I got into Muay Thai, kickboxing. And then that transitioned into mixed martial arts and jiu-jitsu and all that cage fighting stuff. Yeah. So I was fighting back before it was legalized pro or sanctioned in the States or whatever. So we were fighting in bowling alleys, vacant Montgomery Ward buildings, casino, like anybody that
MAA was doing, right?
Yeah, hotel ballrooms, like all that stuff.
Right. Wow, that's amazing.
But honestly, it wasn't because I was necessarily wanting or trying to be, a famous UFC fighter or anything like that. I was singing before that. But as I told you before, I was a collegiate athlete. I played football in NCAA. I was a track athlete. I was always into something athletic. So that, that athletic competitive spirit in me, is what kind of, I didn't have that release, So I was out here working. I was out here singing. I had, now I had a newborn kid. And it was just all like, how the fuck am I going to pay all these bills? Well, so somebody offered me $500 to get in the cage or get in the ring to fight. Just $500 to show up. I was like, all right, bet. And so that's how it all got started. So then it just ended up being a natural athletic release for me to be able to get that competitive, release off. And, of course, the aggression and all that other stuff. But I'm definitely a better singer than I am a fighter.
Right. That's a good storyline right there. So, okay, number 26. Do you label yourself being a gangster or a stand-up guy?
There's a transition from a stand-up guy to a gangster, isn't there?
Some people ain't gangster. They don't jump off the porch gangster, but they just jump out as a stand-up person who ain't gonna take no shit and beat your ass or probably kill you if they had to. Just being a stand-up ain't trying to be in nothing. That's how I look at a stand-up guy. Like, one, he ain't got to put a blue rag or a red rag on, a green, blue, whatever, be a gangster or label that. He just a stand-up guy, and I got a lot of type of guys like that around me.
Oh, okay.
Instead of one cop out and say, I'm this, I'm the gang, I'm Crip, I'm Blood, I'm gang and all that. So, you know,
Well,
the gangster's like a costume to me. It's something you put on that you don't have to put on. So, you know, but a stand-up guy would be more solid than these wannabe gangsters. I don't know who they want to be. You know, back then, being ignorant growing up, I would label myself as a gangster. But once I got knowledge so damn quick, I'm like, hell no, I don't want to be that.
okay. I mean, I'll say, you know, just on that definition, I'll just say I'm a stand-up guy, but there is a punishment for every crime.
Right.
And, you know, I'll be the judge and the jury and the executioner if I need to.
Real talk. As simple as that. Simple as that. This interview got a little long. I'm not shutting you down or nothing. I'm about to switch
good.
my Wi-Fi over here. So if I could, just add me back on. Let me see. I'm back. You hear me, Jesse?
Yeah.
Okay, really, you in a gang called Jihad. Jihad ain't no gang. Jihad ain't no gang. We all jihad each and every day in life, man. We all fight our own evils. Everybody fight their own desires and temptation. That's jihad within yourself. Before you go to physical jihad, which fighting for the sake of God, that's something different. Or fighting for your family. Either a sickness, with burning in fire, drowning. But back to Jesse, man, because
So
he
people,
said, man,
so you
how you say that.
you're basically, so you're basically put, because obviously if he said that, he doesn't know what Ramadan is.
You said what, Brody?
I said he's calling you that, but he probably doesn't even know the definition or explanation of Ramadan.
Oh, he don't know the understanding of Ramadan.
Right. Well, I'm just saying. I'm just assuming this. Like for him to call you a, you know what I mean? You're in a gang. You're in a jihad gang. I mean, that's pretty ignorant, undereducated thing to claim. Like, but it's all good.
That's definitely ignorant. You know, that's definitely ignorant. I wouldn't even want to have him say nothing like that because that's a serious thing that's going on in the world. So don't even put me into none of that because they could come get me for that. So the next question is next question, since I had to hop in a car. Next question is, have you ever did time before?
Nope.
Nope, no time. Good question. That means you escaped a lot of trouble, man. That's a beautiful thing, man.
Well,
That's a beautiful. People think, I believe, elaborate on people thinking it's cool to be in jail for being ignorant, I guess.
well, yeah. Well, there's lots of different opinions on that, but you know, nope, I haven't done any time. But I've got lots of friends that have done enough time for 10 people. So, you know what I mean? Some of my closest
You say that
friends,
again? I didn't hear you saying.
I said I haven't done any time, but I've got lots of close friends that have done enough time for 10 people.
Done enough time for 10 people.
You know, I've got friends. I've got friends that spent half their life. Those friends are in the realest music video.
That's a good thing to hear that you ain't have to do no time none in your life, man. That's a beautiful thing, man. Because that means you played your chessboard right, man. You know, it's chess not checkers, and you stayed out the way from being involved in any type of crimes growing up. So or you never got caught, that's a beautiful thing. That's just a beautiful thing because a lot of people think it's cool to be locked up, and I don't understand that. I still don't understand that.
Got to be smart about everything you do.
Real talk, make a lot of sense. Okay, now since we done with that topic, now here come the fun topics where probably everybody been waiting on, and pretty much you probably love them. The number 28, random topic part one. Huh? Yeah. Give me one of them bottle things that I always do.
Hey.
Vodka.
Hey,
Yeah.
Realla.
Yeah.
Realla. I'm gonna put you on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put you on hold for 60 seconds.
All right, Brody.
Hold on.
I talk with the people. See what these comments going on up in here. Damn. Burner. The what? The Bum B deal. He don't need, my cousin doesn't need no Bum B deal. He on his own business. I really don't care for TME artists. Oh man, they in there trolling, talking stuff. Envy, some knowledge for you. You need to stop talking to people in the comments and pay attention as an artist yourself because they'll throw you off guidance, man. And that ain't good. Like, quit interacting with ignorance in the comments, bro, because that'll throw you off and it's bad for business. Like, don't laugh with them, man. I'm telling you, that's just a bad for business because they are not gonna put you on and put you where you need to be. They ain't building no platform. Basically, they fans and supporters and people who's interested in what's going on in the Kansas City world to wherever else we stay. So it's best for you, Envy, not to interact with them, man, for real, because that's bad for your business as being an artist. Don't interact with them at all. Like it'd be worse. Like interact them with something that's beneficial. That's just makes sense more perfect than anything, especially when you're dealing with people with platforms. You know, because a lot of them dudes, they talking slick in them comments, and they ain't putting in no work in any food. It's a game. You didn't basically nigga commit suicide. So I'm a real one. When I'm doing an interview, and when we doing interviews, envy, I'm giving you some game. Stop commenting with it because it burn bridges with people who ain't enjoying what they talking about. So this is interview with Jesse. If Jesse made me have a good interview that I learned a lot of stuff that I never knew Jesse and I seen Jesse involved in, and I'm very happy to do an interview with him. And I wish I was neck to neck with him, sitting down, because the vibe would have been very good. So back to me and Mr. Jesse about random topic number 28. Being okay, random topic. Now we could talk through the comments, whatever, anything you got off your mind. You can ask Realla like you was starting off at the beginning. We could do whatever we want to do. We can have fun now. The comments could get answered, all that, you know. All the little hater quotes in the comments. Stop playing with me, man. Or like I said, just pull up. Or tell me where you at. I'll show you what really about in real life. Not no threats. I'm just saying be stand up man out there disrespecting the comments, man. We having a professional interview with somebody I can see blowing up real big. And it's a beautiful chance to get an interview from him. And I'm the first one in, not the first, but you know, in my bracket I say first doing an interview just to be reaching out because it's other people in my bracket could have did it. So number 28, any questions y'all got for Jesse or whatever he got any questions for me or anything, y'all could go ahead and ask, or Jesse, you can ask whatever. You can bring up some, speak on it however you want to do it.
Okay, I would like to speak on a random topic, and it has to do with an earlier question that you had for me regarding the Kansas City music scene.
Right.
Okay, that's what I need. I need my laptop up because it's shining light on me. I was going to ask if I was dark. The I think, and this I think goes for a lot of like non-huge music market towns. Like, so let's just talk about the large music market towns. LA, New York, Atlanta, Nashville, Austin, where else? But okay, so there's those towns. So then all these towns have to then make their own music scene, right? Well, Kansas City's just one of
Right.
them towns. Kansas City's just one of them towns. And you know, like if you go to Atlanta right now, uh, you know, you would expect that there's a big music scene, right? Can you hear me?
Hold on, Jesse. A couple seconds. I want to hear you more. All right. That'll be better. I got you, King. Yeah, now, yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. So this is random topic, topic of my
28.
so this is random topic of my choice.
Yeah, yeah. You can do whatever. You can ask questions, whatever you want to do.
So my topic of choice then goes back to the Kansas City music scene, and
Right.
I was explaining what the major music cities are: LA, New York, Atlanta, Nashville, Austin, uh, and let's just say those have a lot more than Kansas City going on. Well, along with Kansas City, there's other cities, you know, Mobile, Seattle, like all these other Little Rock, like all these other cities that have to create their own independent music scene. Like, so Kansas City has to replicate that formula. And what I mean by that is if you go to Atlanta right now, you'll think that their music scene is really, you know, popping. There's lots of shit going on. Well,
Right.
and that's because there's a lot of shit going on because not everyone's an artist.
Right.
And I would say that one of the biggest things that Kansas City needs to transition into is a city of music and entertainment business professionals, not just the artists. Because in reality, what's the reality of us all making it big as an artist? One in a fucking million, 1 in 10 million. I mean, that's reality. So, but there's more. We've got more favor and more chances to do good on the business side. And I'm not just talking about managers. I'm talking about lawyers, licensing professionals, booking agents, like all these different, you know, publishing rights professionals, intellectual property rights lawyers, and you know, all these different positions available in the music industry that, you know, more people could be going after rather than just everybody trying to be an artist. And so when you've got that, then you've got everybody trying to be artists and nobody knows how to do the business side of it. Well, then if you got everybody trying to be an artist who don't know how to do the business side of it, then you don't have any shows. And so, you know, I grew up in a time where hustle was everything, and I had to learn how to be a producer. I had to learn how to be an engineer. I had to learn how to be a promoter. I had to learn how to be an A&R. I had to learn how to read, write contracts, be my own lawyer, be my own, you know what I mean? All that stuff, booking agent.
Right.
And so, shout out to Nowadays, who used to be Irv. He's a dope local artist as well, I know. But I mean, all these things. There's so many things involved in the music business that have absolutely nothing to do with writing and recording. You know, and being the one that's on stage. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, just and that's why I say about karaoke being the death of R&B for a number of years, just because everybody was convinced that they were a professional singer when they're not. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
and that's why I never sang cover songs. I was just always doing, you know, I'd show up at a karaoke, but I'd sing my own shit.
I think that's the best thing. You trying to sell it, ain't it?
But, you know, I mean, but that's just how I am. But, you know, I'm an artist, but I had to learn how to do these other positions to know that there's so many other positions available in the music industry besides just being an artist. And so I would say that Kansas City just needs to go in the direction of, you know, promoting more, not necessarily promoting more opportunities, because there's always opportunity, but more people just stepping out and self-educating or getting into some sort of online school on how to do the different things that are available in the music industry. Remember when I said I grew up, you know, we didn't have internet, so it was buying books. Well, there's a big book at This Business of Music. Well, I guess we lost Rip. But there's a book called This, you know, This Business of Music that every artist should have. Let me see if I can get him back on though.
I don't know what happened, man. You know, Facebook don't like me. They say get them off of there, nah. But yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know what the hell that was.
So I was just talking about, you know, there's a book that everybody should have called This Business of Music.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's about this fucking big. It's a hardback, but everybody needs to have it. Like, you know,
It's basically everybody need to have this big book, this big business book like a Bible or a Quran in your home, especially if you're trying to be an artist.
well, I mean, if you're trying to be in the music business, why wouldn't you want to know everything about the music business?
And that's why I've been studying. I should be sucking the knowledge of blood about a cord. If you don't know, I do. I'm a vampire.
I mean, you know, I learned how to do all these things as an artist, and touched in a
Mm-hmm.
and, you know, touched in a question about my filmmaking and all that, and screenwriting and all that, and No Limit series and all that. You know, when I was out in L.A., you know, I became an actor in the Screen Actors Guild, and you know, I was a union actor, all that good stuff. Well, you know, going on auditions in a town with, you know, I don't know, 7 million people, 8 million people in the county of LA County. So you go to an audition thinking, you know, you're going to be the only one that looks like you. You walk in the room and there's 40 people that look just like you. You know, so, you know what I mean? So your chances get real slim. And so that's why, you know, it is about relationships and networking, but it's also about hard work, because once you establish a relationship with somebody that might be able to do something for you to improve your life, you got to prove to them that you can work hard enough to earn it.
Phone died.
You're good.
Phone died on me. Damn, my baby died on me.
Yeah, you're good. So, you know, basically I was talking about, you know, the power of relationships and hard work in regards to your success or failure in life, period. Professionally, personally, anything like that. Because once you establish,
Right.
you know, once you establish a relationship, especially professionally, then you can work hard.
Why it breaking up so bad?
So we'll probably get him to drop off again, but we'll pick him up whenever he does. How's everybody else doing tonight? Thanks for stopping by. If you've got the live interview between me and Realla, please share it on your timeline. Share it in your groups if you belong. Feel free to share it. Hold on one second before they try to fight you. I don't know what he's talking about. This interview is pure knowledge. Hey, Candace. How's Atlanta? Have you been to Bonfire ATL yet? You got to go. So we'll get Realla back on.
Yeah. Still. I said, just kick me off.
No, it happens. It's the way it goes. You know, it happens to me. Like I was just having a conversation. Like I did a, you know, I was talking to Freeway Rick last week or 2 weeks ago on his live, and you know, and everything's going good, and you know, and I'm singing to the audience, shit like that, and then you know it starts breaking up. So you know, I've been on with a couple people, LT Hutton, it started breaking up real bad. So you know, it is what it is. Whether or not,
right. I mean, dang, you said you did an interview with Rick Ross, Freeway Ricks, huh?
well, I wouldn't necessarily say it was an interview, but it was his live, and he called me in on it. So we started talking about life and everything else, and then the music business. Yeah.
Reason why I said that because when I was watching Freeway Rick, I thought he was interviewing people, and so I thought you probably been one of them.
Yeah, well, I mean, he is pretty much like every day. He is like, you know, he's
yeah. So
you know he's a master at networking. If you know his pastry and if you know his past and his story, I mean, he'll tell you right then everything he's had was because of relationships.
right. So when you were speaking about the Kansas City music scene, do you believe? I believe it ain't what you believe, but I believe you was correct when you said Kansas City need more business minded people than a bunch of this people want to rap and do this and do that and do this. It's like it's unorganized like a mug up in Kansas City, man. It's unorganized. It's very unorganized. Like people don't take it serious. The business, the paperwork, the et cetera, and all that. Like they really need to read this big ass industry book of business.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean,
okay,
one of the first books I read, and it was non-entertainment related. It was called The Power of Schmoozing. And these aren't secrets. You know, this is public knowledge. If you work hard enough and dig deep enough, you can find anything out. But you know,
right,
the book was The Power of Schmoozing, and it was simply a book about being able to walk in a room a stranger and leave everybody knowing your name. And so then, you know, that has a lot to do with business, period. You know, closed mouth don't get fed.
Right.
And so if you find a way to eat, and, you know, when I started, and to this day, I continue to stay hungry and stay continually passionate about what I'm doing and what I believe in. And there's no one hungrier than I am. And that's my purpose. And, you know, I don't compete with anybody else. I compete with myself.
Right.
You know, because not that, you know, not that people aren't comparing people to people, but it's more of an internal competition That's why when you asked, what's the first thing you do when you get to paradise, I said, did I do enough? Did I do enough of what you gave me to do here? Did I do enough? That's all I'm trying to do. Enough. Because regardless whether or not people believe it or not, there is a paradise and there is a non-paradise. You know what I'm saying?
Make a lot of sense.
You know, everybody was born good.
Right. You know? I truly believe that.
You know what I mean? But you can grow up to be a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? So.
And that's a big facts, like big facts, man. You know, now random topic number 28, 29, because we almost 30. All right, now we can see what's up with these comments. I think somebody said something. I lost my phone went dead on my other page, so I'm trying to figure out what was the comment. It was something I wanted to hear, wanted you to speak on, but damn, I can't see that comment no more. So I don't know what to say about that one. I thought I could scroll down and see different comments. I guess not. So like, what made you change your name from Mag, what you said, Mega or Mag,
Omeg,
to Jesse Pringle? Omeg, yeah. What made
Omeg, yeah.
What made you change your name?
So when I went out to LA, I got into the film business, and then I got into the Screen Actors Guild. First of all, which is very hard to do, get into the Screen Actors Guild as an actor, and then I got into the union, and they asked me what my stage name was going to be. Well, I was like, it's going to be my name, Jesse Pringle. So at the time, I had taken a break from recording and performing music, although I did some shows in LA, and was just, I was shoulder deep, neck deep in movies and TV and film and all that stuff out there, that I said, all right, well, here's what I'll do. Because here's the thing, Realla, I've always been independent. Like, I turned down my first contract in 1997 because it was bullshit. Like, I mean, I'm just saying, like, it was bullshit. And, it's contracts, you read them, and that's it. And if it ain't right, don't sign it. You've got every right not to sign a fucked up contract. But my point being is, being independent holds a lot of responsibility. And that just means you've got to have knowledge, and you've got to either learn or get learned. You know what I mean? And it may take years to be able to do that.
Right.
But the industry, the change of technology, all of that stuff. I went for 16 years under this name, Omeg. The transition of social media and digital music platforms, and from albums to cassettes to CDs to nothing but all digital, it then became a virtual existence. And so if I knew looking forward that my existence was virtual, then if I was known as Jesse Pringle in the film world, and then as someone different in the music world, it would confuse my audience, who I want to be the same audience. So,
right.
So then I just said, I'm just going to go with one name, one place for everybody to go. When you go Google me, or Yahoo me or whatever, then you can find all my film stuff, all my music stuff, all in one place. And so for search engine optimization purposes, I just chose to, rebrand. And, it was you know, that in a lot of ways, it's like starting all over again, and that's why some people might not know who I am or the things that I've done or the places that I've been and this and that, whatever else, and that's cool because I've still got to prove myself as an artist and a creative and all that other stuff. But for for the long term purpose of all of it, I'm in a better place. I'm in a better place because, as I said, I'm a one-stop shop. And, you know, most all of my music that was out there as Omay has been pulled from digital platforms. There's still a couple records out there with Tech Nine, Snug Brim, and things like that, or whatever else. But
Mm-hmm.
you know, for the most part, that's all gone. But it was all still Jesse Pringle. I've always been Jesse Pringle. You know, Omay was an acronym.
Right.
You know, OME was an acronym, stood for the Oracle of Musical Emotion. That just means when I listen to music, it makes me feel a certain way. I'll write it, and that's the way it comes out. And so, you know, whether or not it's you know, one name or the other, now it's all the Outlaw Jesse Pringle, and the Outlaw just means
Right. So
I'm different.
speaking on the Jesse Pringle, is very professional. It sticks out more than Omay.
Appreciate
I'm
it.
pretty. That's just strictly from the heart truth. Like that stick out. That name just ding Jesse Pringle. I could just see billboards. I could see you in it. I told Cole, I said, hey, Jesse, all your rappers cool, you know, but if they get their music to the point of the smack our faces. But I said, Jesse, he's gonna be on top. Like that, he just dope. Like Jesse dope. I'm like, boy, I don't know if you rappers ain't buying no verses from Jesse, you don't know what to do. You don't know what to tell you.
No, I appreciate it.
But here's some it's all love, bro. Now Jesse, she I believe her name is Naja. Naja said Jesse Pringle still making movies.
Absolutely.
She said still making movies.
Yeah. You know, and just to give you a breakdown real fast of some of my independent movie projects, when I told you I'd go to auditions and I'd see 50 guys that look just like me, you know, I'm out there trying to build up my acting resume and all that to get cast and stuff like that. Well, you know, me being an independent musician, independent singer, independent, you know, executive producer, you know, printing my own CDs, doing my own digital graphic, all that other stuff. You know, I was too independent just to be sitting around waiting for acting roles. So I was like, oh, well, I'm just gonna make my own. I'm gonna make my own opportunity. So that's when I started saying, all right, well, if I can write songs, I can write a screenplay, or I can write a scene. So then I started writing my own scenes, and I hook up with a director. They have a camera. They end up doing some stuff, and that's how my first project came together, which was Kill 'Em All, Kansas City. I did a short film series, a web series that lasted 2 seasons. It was called Kill 'Em All, KILEMAL, Kill 'Em All, Kansas City. And
Kill 'Em All, Kansas City.
Yeah, Kansas. Yeah, Kill 'Em All, Kansas City. So here's the log line of that show. Vengeful son of a slain Irish mobster climbs the ladder of organized crime success by taking out mafia bodies. So I played the son of a slain Irish mobster, but I was an Irish thug in modern day Kansas City who was taking on the local Sicilian La Cosa Nostra for killing my family. So I did. So I end up winning like 12 awards at film festivals with that. I ended up getting a licensing deal in France for the series to be played over there. And so it did really well. And then it was distributed in America via YouTube when my contracts for licensing overseas were expired. So it's available on YouTube right now. You can look it up, Kill 'Em All, Kansas City.
I'm looking it up now. You know me, man, Ben and Dilla. I'm gonna pop straight up.
Yeah, so we had some Hollywood stars.
Episode, it got 7 seasons. I mean 7 episodes.
Yeah.
This season 2 though.
So we got,
Where's season 1?
so we got 2 seasons of that, and we had some. I had some Hollywood actors in that throughout. That looks like we lost him again. Hold on one sec. Still there?
Yeah, I don't know. It just,
Kill 'Em All, Kansas City. It's available on YouTube.
yeah. I still on the topic.
So
I was showing you. I looked it up and it's right here. So I wanted to give them a little glimpse of you about to get down. I don't know if you about to kill something, but you got a hoodie on. But I just want them to get a glimpse. Like, man, this is history, man.
so
Come on, man, this is dope.
So put on the trailer.
Okay.
Hey, watch where you're fucking going. I'm talking to you. Do you know who's talking to you? What are you, fucking stupid? Yeah, Danny. I know you. Carson fucking Mack. Been waiting to see you. Yeah, heard what happened to your bro. Sounds like he was running with the wrong folks.
All right, we about to go to a trailer real quick if I can find it real fast. All right.
Right there.
And this, you know what's about to piss me off? I don't know how this stuff run across me. Like, how I didn't know we had a little movie series. See, you and Court are masterminds, man. I'm watching you, Nick. I'm watching you guys for real, man.
He's all I had. My only brother.
You should know that I've done you a favor by letting you and your brother live.
Piece of shit, you're done.
But you're arrogant in thinking that I'm leaving you.
The Martucci family going down, you hear me? I mean, for everything they've been getting away with for all these generations, they're going down.
I want every last one of them.
I'll go watch them in order.
Just go around killing mobsters.
In here. Find it. I can't find my guys. I mean, hell, this whole place is set up for a fucking ambush.
There's one thing you forgot. What's that? Me.
Gee, I can't wait to watch them. See, this interview, I knew this interview was going to be something special. I couldn't wait to get the interview. I thought Jesse would have forgot about me, man, and got too busy on me.
And then,
Damn.
yeah, we did real good with the Kansas City series overseas, and then I
Kill 'Em All, Kansas City. KILLEM, all Kansas City. Ain't that something? What the hell?
and yeah, and then season 2 is when the Irish character me, and then I go to the hood and hook up with a couple characters there, and some of them are family members, and there was a drive-by and a house bomb and all that. Yeah, we did real cool shit with that one.
So is it 3 episodes or 2 episodes?
Kill 'Em All.
I mean seasons, my bad. Seasons.
2 seasons.
2 seasons. I'm about to watch them. That's 4 years ago. I don't know where the promotion at in Kansas City. Like, why this is not wasn't like somewhere on the billboard or something, like advertisement or something that popped up on. I don't know, man.
We had a red carpet event for every release of each episode. Our first episodes were held at the Dubliner Bar, Irish Bar at Power and Light, and then we had the other episodes at the old Screenland Theater at Crown Center. Had a red carpet, all that. And then I took the series to L.A., back to L.A., and had Kill 'Em All L.A., and did 1 season out there, where then he's fighting the Mexican mafia out there. And so,
damn, you just on a rampage knocking off mob bosses
and then
mafia squads.
I love monster movies. And so, you
I
know,
see. That's why your five top was straight mob movies all through it. Okay, so
so to bring it all back home, after I did Kill 'Em All LA and all that, then I came back to Kansas City, back and forth, film and all that stuff. Court and I got realigned, hooked back up, started talking about movies and series and stuff like that. And then, you know, then he was talking about starting the TME label and putting out this double album. And then I said, well, you know, it's about time for me to come back out too. Let's hook up. And then
that's why that right there. I wanted that, like, not to cut you off. I wanted that in topic number 30. I was about to ask you that on topic number 30. I just wanted that to be topic number 30. So can we just go ahead and drop down to topic number 30?
Yeah.
And make it. Now we about to get to the point where the whole TME relationship, y'all, where the Court and Jesse Pringle and everything, we gonna get all that in this package deal right here, because he was already about to elaborate on it. So starting off, Big Court, he said everybody in TME is professional. We have vision, no short sight, basic motherfuckers. Which I'm starting to see that. That's why I do this now. I got up on TME and see what's going on. Now I'm talking to the silent but in the background, but in the front light, like Jesse. So how all this evolved? Like, let's start off from the beginning to how we go in this show. So how you and Court united to come up with all these beautiful ideas, and the damn receipts and the background, the resume speaks for itself. I didn't even know all this, man.
Well, you know,
we want to know about the movies, the singing, everything.
yeah. You know, Court was doing movies for years too, and you know, when we hooked up, you know, it was on Facebook. You know, it started on Facebook, and you know, it was through mutual friends, and then we started talking, and you know, I used to roll around town in a 2010 black Dodge Ram that was in Kill 'Em All. Then I had it half wrapped in a half truck wrap with Kill 'Em All Kansas City all over it. So you know what I mean? Like, so that was what I was doing. And then you know, me and Court hooked up and talked about collaborating, doing some film things, and we began doing that. And that's when he was, you know, starting the TME True Muscle Entertainment label, and it was time for me to put some music back out, because, you know, it's just what I'm best at. And so then we teamed up and agreed to just make it happen under TME and do it independently, but have a path ahead of us. You know, he'd had all his relationships and all his experience in the industry side with No Limit, Forever, and P and all that. And, you know, then of course I'd done my thing, and the people that I knew in LA as well, you know, on the film side. And, you know, to be honest with you, it was just to be honest, you know, it's just a collaboration that always needed to happen. It was meant to happen, obviously, because now we're in the position that we're in. I'm here meeting with you, and so thanks for having me on. But it all wouldn't and couldn't have happened if me and Court didn't hook up. So it was a very important thing to happen, and I think it changed a lot of lives, including me and Court's lives. So this is what we're doing right now. The first project we started writing was this one called Beast Mode, and you know, it's still in pre-production and the writing stages. And then, you know, and then we came up with the No Limit series idea. Court came up with that No Limit series idea, and then, you know, we started to kind of migrate, you know, autobiographical, you know, informations, and, you know, inspired by real events and things like that. So then we incorporated, you know, the fighting and the record label and stuff like that in that trailer that we put out for the No Limit series. And
right.
And then we, you know, and then we've got a new series that we're working on in LA to be shot called 12, where Court and I play, you know, partner narc cops, or just fucking this grimy ass LA PD detectives, and you know,
Yeah, that's what he was elaborating on the interview I did with Court. He surprised me with that, so I'm like, y'all about to be two crooked, messed up individual cops or detectives.
right, right. Which, you know,
I
there's
said basically this like Training Day, but the white character is bad too, and Denzel Washington is bad too. So you
yeah,
like, damn.
Training Day meets End of Watch meets Gridlock meets, you know, there's so many other ones, you know, um, that could be, you know, associated with that. But yeah, they're all certainly inspired that.
That's Dice.
I mean, the stuff that I like to create and the stuff that I like to write and produce is, you know, it's all based off of real life. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't all have to be biographical. You know what I mean? It's not about one person in particular. But, you know, I always like movies that are inspired by real events. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, like I like Star Wars and I like Avatar and stuff like that too. But, you know, that's why I like, you know, the Goodfellas and Godfather and, you know, stuff like that. It's all, you know, crime dramas and things like that. It's all inspired by real life. So, you know, in my opinion, art reflects life.
So at the No Limit series, I can't wait to see it. You play a big part in that, which is writing and anything else. Acting, I know.
Writing, acting, co-producing. Yep.
That's what's up. But this 12 really got me because y'all not doing this in Kansas City. Court elaborated, said it was gonna be in L.A.
Yeah, that one's going to be in L.A. Mm-hmm. Sure.
Damn, that's gonna be raw right there because everything out in LA, all the real deal stuff, equipment, I guess the connection's really tough out there.
But you know what makes it, what really makes it easier is the community of actors and actresses that are in LA versus in Kansas City.
Mm.
You know, and I'll say this, and the people that know, but hopefully this can help somebody out. Okay, so because I was a SAG-AFTRA actor, I was a union actor, which means you can't do any non-union projects. Got to be union. So when I became a screenwriter, I became a WGA screenwriter, which is a guild, which is a union. So then I'm producing. Now I'm producing a SAG project. So then everybody on the SAG project has to be SAG. So everybody's got to be a Screen Actors Guild actor or actress. Well, Kansas City's not a union town. So that means I've got to give non-union job opportunities, or I've got to give union job opportunities to non-union workers. And then,
Right.
and so there's a process in that where then those non-union workers have eligibility to be able to join the union. And that's extremely hard to do. And so because of that, because of Kill 'Em All Kansas City 2 seasons and Kill 'Em All LA 1 season, I was able to unionize 40 non-union acting people. And so I 40 people an opportunity to be able to join a union that they didn't get an opportunity to join,
Right.
you know, acting in LA or everything else. But, you know, so there's lots of opportunities out there that just have to be taken as an entrepreneur and independently, you know what I mean? And you know, and it does just mean opportunities for us or for me as a writer, producer, singer, whatever, actor, whatever. But we can pass the torch on to so many different people together, all in the same project.
Right.
So, you know, to keep it as simple as I can, you know, Court and I coming together to make these future film projects are going to be huge. You know, it's going to be huge. But, you know, for me, music is number one. And and then film is number two, a very close number two. So,
Right.
I'm excited to be able to go through the production process and get not only the No Limit series going in Kansas City, and be able to offer a bunch of actors and actresses in Los Angeles too, because of course
Right.
we've got more access to stars in Los Angeles, which we'll have plenty of, but
I'm doing a lot.
But there's a lot of opportunities, for people that have just been out there working hard independently. And I think, I stand behind Court, with his push and his drive to push TME and True Muscle Entertainment and pull up independent artists and things like that. You ask who the number one underground artist in Kansas City is, and really right now, that's me. So.
Hey, now Jesse, being from your physique of your tall, I met you before. We met, but never actually talked or nothing like that. Even though we interview, it might go be time. We really go be one-on-one talking. And but do you think in your life of your career, the movie might take over the music?
Do I think?
No, maybe more like, do you think the movies will pay off more than music?
No.
No?
Not at all.
Good to hear that.
Here's the thing. Movies is extremely fun to make, but extremely hard to sell.
Mm-hmm.
Movies get made every day, just like music.
Right.
But you can sell music a lot faster independently than you can movies independently. I mean, you can put out independently, you can sell it, I could get Kill 'Em All, Kansas City and LA on Amazon Prime, or, because it's called VOD.
Oh,
because it's called VOD, video on demand. Because it's still not going to matter unless somebody pays a membership subscription to be able to buy it and watch it and all that other stuff. And I've read the Amazon contract. I've read the Hulu contract. I've read the Netflix contract. And the exclusivity rights that you have to give up to these places just to put your shit on there, it's not worth it independently.
Damn, that's some deep knowledge right there. That's why I'm about to do some reading on my stuff. Now, me looking at your outlaw music films, I actually didn't pay no damn attention. This is actually your movie.
Right.
Ain't that something? Congratulations, man, to the mastermind of success. Maybe I could sit down, fold my legs Indian style, and humble myself as a student, like if I was in the magic, listen to a knowledgeable person, and you could teach me how to write scripts so I could get these movies out of my head.
Hey, man, someone once told me that we are all scaffolding for each other.
Right.
And as soon as we get over ourselves and realize this, then we can all succeed. I'm here for you. You're here for me. You know what I mean?
Real facts.
You can do something I can't. I can do something you can't. Well, let's make it work.
Right. That makes a lot of sense. So, any questions y'all have for Jesse? If not, it was a good interview, man. I was like, man, I don't know how long this interview is. How long is this interview? I can't receive it. Probably more than an hour, probably. So it ain't. I got a lot of editing, working, and clipping to do. But I got to grind. So ain't nobody gonna do it but me.
I really appreciate you having me on, man. I've been looking forward to meeting with you and having a conversation for sure.
Yes, anything, man. Now, man, what do you get out of Realla Dilla and Will Kid in Court? Like, from our little things, like, I know you've been watching the things. What do you get out of dealing, like, Realla dealing with TME? Like, the trolling and goofy stuff and a head bumping and stuff. What do you get out of it? Do you get a kick out of it? How you feel about it? Now you can mess with Realla Dilla.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, I don't spend a lot of time just because on social media, just because I'm so busy out here trying to make moves and trying to make things happen that, you know, only a percentage of my day has to be focused on social media. And social media then has to be categorized into advertising or entertainment. So, you know, or networking, you know what I mean? So when, you know, this is a business for me. Like Facebook is not personal, it's a business. You know, Instagram is not business, you know.
That's how I look at it.
I mean,
like, you know, if I get on internet, I'm either giving out some Jews knowledge, or doing a real versus show, or doing something. Everything I come to Facebook, and pretty much like you said, is strictly about business. I see an opportunity in this, the new world, because, you know, like Court said, and that was real for Court. He said, I really don't have to be on here.
Well, I mean, you know, in regards to Court. In regards to Court and you and Court and Will Kid, you know, I've told Will this. I think Will's a star. I do. I think Will could be a great actor, a great artist. He's got the personality to be you know, to be seen like that, if you will. You know what I mean? And and it takes something. But you do too. It's a great show. I mean, you know, and you know, I don't really look more into it than it's online stuff, man. And you know, the only people that are taking this stuff personal are the people that can't take criticism in real life.
Right.
That's all I can say about it. Big Court being gone from Kansas City so long, and then me being gone from Kansas City, you know, for a number of years, we knew going into it that to be able to force our way to the Kansas City market and then offer opportunity and then be able to stand, you know, tall was going to take lots of criticism and lots of naysayers and opinions, things like that. But that's just part of the process.
I like how y'all came in, though. I like how TME came in, because, like I always said, Court been rocking with the Realla for a long time, and I never knew TME was in the making. Like, Court been supporting Realla versus show, always comment, always gave out some good accomplishments, like, hey, I like this, you keep doing what you're doing. But in the background, he had a missile launcher and a tank loaded up, about to shoot out TME. So here y'all all come.
Absolutely.
The Jesse Pringle and the Court.
You know, since me and Court out, I've put out 4 music videos and 5 songs in just a couple years, and they're really good videos and they're really good songs. You know what I mean? And I stand behind every single record that I put out as if it's a hit. That's why I don't put out an album, because, you know, when it comes to labels and putting out stuff like that, you know, everything takes a budget, especially if you've got multiple artists. Well, we're talking about one guy who's taking and spending out of his own pocket to make his own label pop off, and he's got to pay for the advertising, the marketing, and direction for all these other artists. Hey, man, I'm a businessman. I understand the game. So I'm going to do my part. I'm going to be the best artist I can be. You know what I mean? And then Court do his job. And then, you know what I'm saying? And that's how it works out. Now, you know, if it come across, we team up with a bigger label, you know, like Nipsey did, Atlantic or Virgin or whoever it was, where they end up putting that marketing machine of multi-million dollars behind him to push his projects. Well, then nobody ever knew a Nipsey before Atlantic and Virgin, right? But
Right.
you know, heard of Nipsey years ago. But in theory, though, in regards to pop culture, nobody knew a Nipsey until he teamed up with a major to put the marketing machine behind him. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, so we're in the same position.
That make a lot of damn sense now. Cause man, when that machine got behind him, it made a lot of more sense for you to know who the hell Nipsey was, and you knew who he was.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, why don't you know people want to talk about Kansas City artists and things like that, but nobody ever wants to mention Tech Nine. And I'm not gonna say, you know, one thing or another. What I will say though is they built, structured, and operated as an independent business that succeeded. And see,
Right.
and and see, succeeding means you've got to put your money where your mouth is. And if you don't have any money, that you ain't got no mouth. Like so, you know what I mean? Like you could be the best singer, the best artist, the best piano player in the world. If you ain't got nothing behind you, nobody, no machine, no money, then who are you? You just singing on the corner somewhere.
Man.
I mean,
That right there hit hard right there.
I mean, how many talented people how many talented people do you know? Because I know a lot. How many talented people do you know that just keep struggling?
A lot.
So I've been in this 24 years, and I'm not still where, and I'm still not where I want to be, but I'm getting there because it takes more than just me.
Right.
And it takes more than just me and my audience, you know, back then or now or in the future. It takes me, the audience, the team, the structure, the plans, the organization, the budget, like all that. It's a production for every single artist.
Right.
And so
that's why I like about TME is very professional.
well, but that's why I said what I think Kansas City needs more business side of entertainment business because I believe there's more opportunities. For
Right.
instance, for instance, I don't know a lot of the underground rappers or artists or singers in Kansas City, but you do. Okay? So let's just say you take the top 2 or 3 artists, male or female, don't matter. Top 2 or 3 because their chances of making it are still 1 in 10 million.
Right.
And give them a team of 5 or 10 people that are each good at each different job in the music business, then those 3 artists, the 3 best artists in your list, are going to go much further.
Right.
Rather than those 3 artists having 5 or 10 other rappers or singers with them that are artists also who are all saying, we all gonna do this. We all gonna do this. Next year's gonna be the fucking year. We're all gonna do this. Ain't nobody fucking with us. But they don't know shit about business. They all want to be the artists. Too many chiefs, not enough Indians.
I swear, I've been preaching and teaching this much as when courts start telling it. I'll be saying the same thing. Just learning from the pieces, the puzzles of the game. I've been seeking knowledge out of. I've been saying it the whole time. Like, damn. Like, I hope y'all heard this, man. Like, I hope y'all heard. You heard it from Big Court. Now you hearing it from Jesse. This is not Court. This is Jesse. It's a whole nother man saying the same damn thing. And pretty much they are very 25, 20 years, 30 years. That's a long resume.
Absolutely.
So that's a long resume. I've been involved in before. I got a taste of the street promotion when you could grind on the street. So,
Sure.
Probably 08, 09, I got serious about the music business. Start messing with the Sacramento scene, got on from there, and et cetera, et cetera. Now I built up this Realla show, the Realla verse show stuff is growing. Now I'm trying to reach for the money now. So that's a good thing for me to be educated about what you were speaking on, because that hit hard, and a lot of artists need to really listen to that. Like what you said from the beginning. I mean, from the beginning to the end of that, man, that really hit hard right there, because a lot of people don't really take that serious, like you were saying. Like put money behind yourself, et cetera, being this consistent, all this stuff in the package deal, from the audience being your supporters, from production. It's a lot of like an army. So that's beautiful.
Absolutely.
Now, one thing I want to mess with you about is your hats, your style of hat right here.
Oh, okay.
I know people always like, why are you wearing these hats? Now I'm trying to put two and two together about the cowboy situation. This growing up around here.
This just my this hat that I'm wearing right here is my what you call a fanfare hat. It's the outlaw hat right here, black, flat bill, snapback.
Right. Which the hat you got on this video.
But absolutely. This is the first one, the realest one, outlaw. And these are actually available. I've got these available. You can hit me up on my artist page on Facebook, Outlaw Jesse Pringle. I've got a link and how you can get one of these mailed right to your house. But the wide brim hats, I've always loved. It goes back to dress code and being able to suit up when you need to and things like that. Well, there was a time when every man had a hat on. Early America, every man had a hat on. It's part of who you were, part of who you were as a man. You know what I mean? And that's just part of the outlaw. And I was able to connect. I was able to connect with some hat sponsors, and teamed up with them to be able to rock those as my brand. For sure.
You and the cowboy, hat, the cowboy smooth hat, the up-to-date cowboy smooth hat at that. And then you got the brim outlaws, that two different type of Jessies.
Well, this one is definitely, meant to attract, the people that don't wear the brims. And, obviously, the street side, the casual side, the fun side,
right.
The outlaw hat.
You're a smart man. I caught on to that. I like one thing. He got the hat with the brim. That's another trick, attention catcher. Then you got this, which it mostly catch the hood. The hood side of the people, no matter where hood you're from, or if you the hip people, if you want to call it that.
Absolutely. I mean, what is an outlaw? An outlaw is just somebody that's different from what's normal or what's accepted. And so, the outlaw Jesse Pringle. And so everybody that gets an outlaw hat is an outlaw, because, if you follow trends, if you follow, this, that, whatever else, do you want to just be a follower, or do you want to be an outlaw? Are you an outlaw? Are you different? Like, I know I am. I've always been different. So I've always been an outlaw. You know what I mean? It ain't just about crime.
Right. I definitely gonna need an outlaw fitted, man. Come on, you know me.
For sure. But I just got I had a new hat sponsor just send me 3 new wide brims in today. So I got to set up a photo shoot. I got 3 new wide brims in from a hat sponsor in Atlanta, Georgia. Just came in.
Right. Are you into modeling?
One more time.
Are you into model, like being a model and stuff like that? Is that something, another sidekick thing you got going on?
I've never done any modeling, no.
Right, so basically the photo shoot's just for you being an artist and keeping some good promotion out there to let you know I'm doing good, I'm living successful, I'm healthy. I'm blessed.
You know, any photos that are out there are, you know, for professional use. You know what I mean? Either music or film. So, yeah, those are all just you know, photos that I've used, you know, throughout my career and things like that, just
Right.
to showcase the different stages of my career.
That's tight. You know, outlaw, outlaw. Yeah, that's Jesse. You know, outlaw, devil reject. All of it. I like it, man, because it makes you saying you stand away from the sucker bull crap, and I'm being a real man, stand up guy. And you know, we know what outlaws are. Well, Jesse, it was nice having you, bro. I'm gonna wrap it up because I know Facebook about to kick us off sooner or later.
Well, man, I really appreciate you having me on. And we end up doing it on my page, so hopefully we didn't lose too much of your audience doing that. But
Nah,
I look forward to reading
I'm
the.
not. That's the funny part. I don't care if it wasn't nobody watching. I got the interview and I got my subscribers up on YouTube. So as long as I keep dropping content, it don't matter what they doing or what they watching. But this is what I'm gonna say. Shout out to anybody who shared, watched, took a time out of their life to sit and watch me and Mr. Pringle do our talking. I appreciate that, and I know he highly appreciate it. And we gonna keep on keeping them coming with different interviews, different topic, different every damn thing. So man, it's really short no show. And I'm proud to have Jesse on here before he got big and famous from me.
No, thanks for having me. I look forward to talking to you in person and talking to you more in the future. Check me out on Instagram at Jesse Pringle Outlaw, JESSEPRINGLE Outlaw. Everywhere else, Twitter, Facebook, all that, Jesse Pringle Outlaw. Talk to you guys soon.
Much love.